You are now tuned into the Red Best. Yours truly, Jazzy Fenzel Burgundy. Obama Luther King Jr. Jackson Pha the first. Hey man, God is good.
How many years have you really been in the game?
1991. I wanted to be an artist.
Okay.
Born in Memphis, Tennessee. My mom and dad split up. My mom moved to California, to LA. She's like a background guru and great singer.
The question is, the mom.
Question is,
will I ever leave? There's reports that mom is this person, but I'm like, hold on. Wait a minute, motherfucker.
See, oh yeah, there you go. It's a big misconception about Denise Williams.
Yes.
Silly of you. I should just come back out again because you got me hot.
The music in your blood, how did that shape and mold you?
That big old control board y'all see they call it a big equalizer. I was pushing faders at 9. First it started off like, get away from that, and then they was like, oh, he old, young blood, know what he doing.
With your parents' background being so music rich, right? I guess what I'm trying to say, there is a word, the nepotism word.
My dad took us all to see Michael Jackson. We also had backstage passes. We had a chance to go see Mike, talk to Mike, and he was like, man, you look just like James, man, you're just like your dad.
To alleviate any damn question.
Yeah, I got to deal with Elektra Records. I got dropped.
What about music will never be AI generated?
AI doesn't have a soul.
Have you ever gotten to a point of your life where you made it?
But I just tell people up front, I'm gonna give you my number, but when you call this number, this is a business phone.
You know what's crazy? I'm more dangerous than I've ever been because nobody knows how much money I got. You've literally been a part of every partying dynamic. They with me?
You ain't gonna let me get away.
No, I'm not.
Damn.
No, I'm not.
Damn.
No, I'm not. Diddy parties.
Oh. Yeah.
It's a lot of
You been to a Diddy party? Or two?
There's no denying that Sean Combs bought people out.
Man, what? Denzel and Lawrence Fishburne, everybody. I'm like, man, god dang.
You gotta be there.
What music you listen to, dog?
I go hard in the motherfucking paint, nigga.
The white
Get the fuck out my way. Hey, I got a question.
What's up?
You got a lady? Fuck Cam Newton. Fuck Jazze Pha. This is us as men. So you have a great relationship with one of your baby mothers?
Yes.
And this
mother of my child.
Mother of your child.
Yes, we ain't no baby mama. It's a difference.
Explain that. You! Come here real quick. Come in closer. Closer. Hey. Hit that subscribe button. Back to the show. Yo, what's good? What's poppin'? What it is, what it ain't, what it could be, what it should be, what it would be. Cam Newton the Son, Mr. Boogie All, here with another episode of Funky Friday. And I promise, ladies and gentlemen, I really do promise to give good content for the masses, but most of all, I promise to keep it funky for your asses. My next guest needs no introduction. He's a recording producer, songwriter, musician, shaped the sound of hip-hop and R&B for the South at the height of the new millennium. A hit maker, son of music royalty, Mr. Jazze Pha, ladies and gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen,
you dig what I'm saying.
You are now tuned into the Red Best. Yours truly, Jazzy Fenzel Burgundy. Obama Luther King Jr. Jackson Pha the first. Yeah.
Now that takes time to create that whole type.
Yeah, man. It's just, you know.
One more time
it's a lot.
For the people who need to.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's yours truly, Jazzy Fenzel Burgundy, Obama Luther King Jr. Jackson Pha the first.
How long it take you to really like master it? You was like, hold on, Obama, Luther King.
Just a little sip of it, and you know, maybe I was chiefing or something. I don't know what I was doing. I don't know. I'm just full of names.
Yeah.
I just always had names.
Crazy. So what I mean by OG in the game, that's an understatement.
Hey man, God is good.
How many years have you really been in the game? 1991. Elektra Records. And as a whole, right, when you look at, there's so many different things that I kind of really want to get into. And we will get into over this time frame that I got these people.
attention. Mm-hmm. You work with iconic artists like TLC,
yes,
Outkast, Dog Pound, Ciara.
Oh boy,
a list of many others. But my question is, how do we get here though? Starting in 91, 2025 now, like I want to go back to bring you forward.
Okay, right.
Type shit.
Exactly.
You feel me?
So in the beginning, I wanted to be an artist. I was living in Cali. I was born in Memphis.
Okay.
Born in Memphis, Tennessee. My mom and dad split up. My mom moved to California, to LA. She was working with everybody from DJ Rogers to Barbra Streisand, Earth, Wind & Fire, all of these people. And she was like a background guru and just a great singer, vocalist. And she was just trying to get it in, you know, just vocally, trying to go in and spread her wings and probably just get away from, you know, her past relationship and just start anew. Because my grandmother was out there as well in Inglewood, California. So I pretty much grew up half of the way in California. So I started off in California, and there, you know, she had me in the church, you know, around everybody from, I mean, the Doobie Brothers, everybody, anybody you could name, like Gap Band, P-Funk All-Stars, everybody, like, and with my dad being one of the Barcades, he would have me coming back and forth from Memphis every summer. You know, if I got good grades, he'd take me on tour, take me out on tour with him. So I'm back there with everybody from Switch, not DeBarge, the young DeBarge.
It's going all over my
Switch,
head. I ain't even there. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, when I used to think about immature things. Do you want me?
Do you need me?
How you gonna call me anymore? That's Switch. That's Bobby DeBarge.
But I know it. Wait a minute, motherfucker.
See? Oh, yeah. There you go. Yeah, we'll get to that too, because Polo the Don, I signed him when he was 17. So we'll get to that later.
What?
Yeah, it's a lot. We're gonna unwrap some things. But so back and forth from Memphis, Tennessee, right? I gained a love for music, obviously, you know, singing in the choir. He's got it naturally. So my dad called me one day. I was in a roofing company. I was working for a roofing company in California. And I was literally up on the roof, you know what I'm saying? That was before everybody had cell phones. But you know, the foreman had a phone in his truck, you know what I'm saying? So he called me and said, man, your daddy's on the phone, you know what I'm saying? Right. So my pop called me and he said, man, I need you to come to Memphis, man. I'm working for a company in Memphis, and you know, you said you want to be an artist. You need to come out here. Because I was freestyling. I was always freestyling with my brother. You know, me and my brother had a crew called The Church is Three. We were gospel.
In the church?
Gospel group.
Yeah.
The first gospel group that never came out. You know how everybody got that story. You know what I'm saying? So that's you know, what it was. But he's like, come out here. And so he was working, you know, doing national promotions for this crew, and then for these people called Mega Jam Records. You know, Mega Jam Records, shout out to Terry Starks. He's the first one to be like, hey man, I believe in you. He didn't know what I could do. You know what I'm saying? He just asked me to sing. I think I sang for him and stuff like that, and rap for him. He was like, I believe in you, dog.
Right.
Fast forward, he had a studio, put me in the studio, just let me kind of start bumping around and doing my thing. And I became an artist. I became an artist. And my name was Phalon, Phalon. And I had a kid dancing behind me. His name was Actor Fool. He had polka dots in his hair. He used to dance with MC Hammer. You know what I'm saying? But that was, you know, that was later, of course. But we went in, and I got a deal with Elektra Records.
Right.
Deal with Elektra Records. I got dropped. So that's how it became Jazze Pha, because I got dropped from the label. Bob Krasnow, who was over at Elektra Records at the time, he was old, and you know, he passed. You know what I mean? He was ill, and a guy by the name of Ruben Rodriguez took over the whole label. Keith Sweat was there at the time. A couple other people were there at the time. Leaders of the New School. You know what I mean? They were there. They were literally at my first video shoot. Busta Rhymes was there. He was a kid. You know what I'm saying? They literally came to my video shoot in like a Subaru, and when they got out the car, it looked like a clown car. It was like niggas coming out the circus. Like for that was the first time I seen dudes rolling up a spliff. I was like, what is that? You know what I mean? Rolling up a spliff. So anyway, I got dropped from the label. So it sent me back home. You know, I'm out on the road doing my thing. I'm depressed. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, okay, you know, what I'm gonna do?
Right.
You know, one of my guys, Mike Patterson, white boy, that was he now works for like 9 Inch Nails, and he does sound for some of the greatest rock bands in the world. But he was like, Jazzy, I don't know if you know, but the whole time you've been working with all these guys, you've been producing all these records. You know Quincy Jones, you know Dr. Dre, you know all of these people, they don't necessarily make all the music. He said they orchestrate, and you've been orchestrating. But you know this terrain, you know this MPC right here. That was my baby right there, the MPC. So the drum machine. So he put me on the drum machine and just kind of showed me how to work it. Boy, and I ain't never turned back.
So that's the creation of Jazze Pha.
Yeah.
Right? Where did the Jazzy come in at?
If the slots are spinning, you could be winning. Head over to DraftKings Casino and play the classic you know and love. Or try something new. DraftKings exclusive games. Plus, new players that gives DraftKings Casino a spin can get 200 casino spins on a featured game. Just sign up with code FUNKY and wager a minimum of $5 to receive 200 casino spins on a featured game. Only on DraftKings Casino. The crown is yours.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. 21 and over. Physically present in Michigan, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, West Virginia only. Void in Connecticut and Ontario. Eligibility restrictions apply. New customers only. Non-withdrawable casino spins valid for a featured game only and expire in 168 hours. See terms at casino.draftkings.com/promos. Ends March 16th, 2025 at 11:59 p.m. Eastern Time.
Well, the Jazzy came, I used to be Jam Master Pha. Like Jam Master Jay.
Right, Jam Master Pha.
Yep. I used to be Jam Master Pha, like Jam Master Jay.
Right.
So I was in art class. I was living in Memphis at the time. I was pissed off about being in Memphis because my mom sent me there to go be with my dad. You know what I mean? Because me and my brother got hard-headed. We kind of knew what we wanted to do. And I wasn't going to nothing about college or nothing about the Army or none of that. I wanted to be an artist. You know what I mean? But so I'm in class. I think I was in art class one time, and they was like, oh, you know, in Memphis, they say, oh, you trying to be jazzy, huh?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that's like being a smart ass, or you trying to be extra or whatever. I'm like, yeah, that's exactly what I'm trying to do. And I was like, oh, Jazze Pha. And I ain't gonna cap, because I love Jazzy J. DJ Jazzy J from New York. He was the OG too. He's a triple OG. So DJ J, I was like, because he used to have this thing where he said, yo, Jazzy. I was like, ooh. You know what I mean? So I was like, bet. You know, people gonna say that. You know what I mean? But I changed the Y to an E because there's a lot of jazzy. So I said JAZZEPHA, which Phelan is my name. So Jazze Pha.
So growing up in church, right?
Yeah.
I mean, as I was doing my own research, and I did find where your father was a part of the Barcades.
Barcades, yeah.
Music group.
Yeah.
Or the group. Now,
Stacks.
The question is, the mom.
Question is,
will I ever leave that? And I'm like, hold on. There's reports that mom is this person, but I'm like, hold on. So to alleviate any damn question.
yeah, it's a big misconception about Denise Williams.
Yes.
You try to get to it.
Yes.
Yeah, her name just happens to be Williams. Her name happened to be Denise Williams.
But it's not.
It's not silly of you. No, and it's crazy because when I saw her years back in the airport, she said, "I should just come back out again because you got me hot." She's like, "You got me out here thinking everybody's running up." She'd be like, "No, I'm not Jazze Pha's mama." You know, so she.
But your mama name is Denise. Williams.
Her maiden name was Denise Williams.
Okay.
Yes.
There you have it.
There it is.
We can end this whole show.
Well, now she's Denise Hudson. Yeah.
But growing up with the music in your blood, so to speak, father was a musician or artist, your mother is singing in church or in the background. How did that shape and mold you to, you know, you knew you wanted to be an artist?
No doubt.
plan A, plan B, plan C, plan D. I'm gonna be.
Yeah.
Did you have any?
I was pushing faders, you know, not like that big old control board y'all see that they call it a big equalizer,
Right.
but it's actually a console, and those I was pushing faders at 9 years old. You know, it used to be like before they were all automated, which they moved alone on their own. It would be 3-4 people on them faders pulling the fade down for the end of the record. You know, I'd be in there with my pop. You know what I mean? Rocking with them.
Yeah.
And I was just learning. They was like, oh, you. First it started off like, get away from that. And then they was like, oh, he old. Youngblood, know what he doing.
Yeah.
Come over here. Come on. You know, you always need somebody to help do something.
For sure.
So I'm like, whatever. So when the Barcade's on stage, I know when the bombs are blowing. You know what I mean? Somebody might be vibing. I'm like, hey, get back. Thing for the blow, you know what I'm saying? Because on the one, that thing going up, you know what I mean? And you can get blown into the second row, you know what I'm saying? So I'm back there. Barcades, you know, they were over the top. So you pull the curtain back, they got 10 pair of boots. I'm over here making sure everything's straight, make sure they got back then it wasn't cordless mics. You had to get the mic off of the, off the speaker, whatever. Yeah, all that.
All that.
Everything.
And that can't be tangled up. Everybody got that.
Yeah. Everybody, you get a job, everybody got a job. You know what I'm saying? I was just the one. I'm just a rover.
So with your parents' background being so music rich, right? I guess what I'm trying to say, there was a word, the nepotism word, right? And for me, I wanted to be in sports because my father was in sports, not my mom. My mom was just like, listen, whatever your dad tell you to do, you're doing it, right?
Right.
Now, with music or anything, any type of direction, like it comes by way of what we see. Everything is taught by what we learn.
Right.
Was there certain things or a remembrance of like something that you remember seeing as a child or learning or falling in love with the drums, falling in love with the guitar, falling in love with, anything music-wise? What was the first remembrance of that?
I think it was summertime. It was summertime. I know I was in Memphis, Tennessee, and my dad took us all to see Michael Jackson, to see the Jackson 5. It was the Jacksons. It was the Triumph Tour. Took us on the Triumph Tour. We all had Jerry curls, by the way. You know what I'm saying? And we also had backstage passes. We had a chance to go see Mike and talk to Mike. And he was like, man, you look just like James, man. You're just like your dad. You know, and seeing him before the show and just seeing him morph into because you know how Mike is. Mike is like, super humble and laid back and, mild-mannered and soft-spoken. And so he's back there and then you see this man. This is my first time seeing him live now. So that's when they got on the, they got on the armor and everything and they come out, can you feel it? Can you feel it? And I'm like in the 10th row. And they were like, because they say you could be on either on the first row or the 10th row, but you don't want to be on the first row because you're going to get hurt because you're too small. I was like, bad. My pops was like, I was mad because we wanted to be on the first row, you know what I'm saying? But when I saw it, I was like, okay, I need to be right here so I can see. I can see this. When them boys came out there, it was unreal. It was unreal. It was no turning back for me. I want to be on that stage. I want to be doing something in this music. But I knew what I wanted to be. I wanted to be like, when I really latched on was Bobby Brown, though. Bobby Brown made me say like, oh man. But it was a cross, though. It was a cross between Bobby and LL Cool J. You know what I'm saying? It was Bobby Brown and LL Cool J. Because I rapped too. I was rapping way back.
Yeah.
When it was Rapper's Delight, I was rapping. You know what I'm saying?
Damn, that's crazy.
We was rapping about Tarzan the Ape Man.
Just anything.
Yeah.
But I want to stay right here for a minute because I'm pretty sure if I ask anybody this question, they'll understand and they go right back to when did what you wanted to do become a part of like, I want that. I was watching the Javante fight this past weekend. And I saw there was a moment, a part of the documentary that leads up to the fight.
Yeah.
And one of his trainers were telling this story about Adrian Broner, another prominent boxer at the time, and he had just won a fight, and he looked back at Gervonta Tank Davis, and he felt like he was crying. It wasn't a phase, like he saw him crying. He's like, bro, what you crying about? And then
Who was crying?
Gervonta was looking at a fight from Adrian Broner had fought. And Gervonta was looking at the fight, and after, when Adrian Broner won, he was standing on the turnbuckle in celebration as he won. Gervonta was crying, and the trainer tells the story. He said, "Why are you crying?" And Gervonta said to the trainer, "That's what I want to be. That's what I want." You see what I'm saying? So when you said what you said, like
That
when you
short of time, that wasn't a long time.
it wasn't though. But when you said, like, I saw the Jackson 5, I saw Bobby Brown.
Yeah,
I want that.
I want that.
For me, when I went, and I was in the 10th grade, bro, and Coach Tony Slayton, which was my quarterback coach at the time, he took me, Addison Williams, which is my best friend, and Deshaun Lawrence, also my good friend, best friend, and we grew up in the same area. He took us rebelliously to Auburn University. And I remember going to that game in the 10th grade and seeing how these athletes were gladiators.
Right.
And I'm saying to myself, bro, this shit is crazy. These niggas, these motherfuckers. Bro, it's 100,000 people
Screaming.
And at that point, I was like, bro, I want that.
Yeah.
I need this.
Yeah.
And I'm like, bro, just imagine, like, this is my way out.
Right.
So
You had the size.
Like,
you over there, you walked in,
bro.
I'm like, what is nigga big? Like,
so,
balls.
yes, bro. So when you was talking, I'm saying to myself, I'm like, yo, bro, like, everybody who is somebody had that moment where they said, I want that. And it came from something. So yeah, hell yeah. Man.
Yeah.
I done got excited.
No, that's dope. That's dope. I mean, because when it happens, boy, it's like it ain't no, it's like you make a beeline and sort of a way. I mean, you might not have everything that it takes to facilitate it, but you definitely want to find out, and you want to talk to everybody who got something to do with that path.
Yes.
And you want to be around them.
Like, what I gotta do?
Yeah,
like,
you gotta be
like,
around
how do
them.
they act? You know what I'm saying? I'm big on motivational speakings and just things that get my brain going. And the one thing that I just learned in this past week is success leaves clues. Success leaves clues. You find anybody successful, hang around them long enough.
Oh yeah.
You're gonna start seeing like, oh shit, that motherfucker don't eat that. That motherfucker wake up this way. That motherfucker do this. Then he pay attention to this type of beat. Like, who gives a damn about how the damn song going out? Man, get the song over.
Right.
It's small details about every successful person that they will show you with how they move.
Absolutely. Certain things that you don't listen to before a game, certain things you don't listen to after a game, certain things you don't do, certain silence that you need, a time frame. You be like, hey, look, 15 minutes before the game, everybody need to be gone because I need to be right here.
Right.
When I leave the studio, it's nothing. It's nothing. It's totally quiet. I don't listen to the song. I don't listen to nothing. I don't listen to nothing. When I'm in that lab, my people will tell you, I rarely go out. I might go out for an important phone call, for you had a little light meetings, all the time, or to use the restroom. That's it, or to eat. Most of the time, I might eat right there. But, I rarely leave that room. I rarely leave that room.
Who taught you that?
To this day. Nobody had to teach me that. It's that's where it is. That's where it is. I can mentally be there right now. I know how to be there. I know how to be. I can close my eyes and I can be there. I know what it looks like. I know how I left it. I know what I left sitting next to my drum machine. I know everything around it. I can close my eyes and see it right now.
Golly. So as we stay on this journey of unpacking the creation of Jazze Pha, right?
Right.
Like, what about, like, we living in a day and age that is AI generated.
Right.
What about music will never be AI generated?
The spontaneity of it. The spontaneity of it, the inspiration. The inspiration comes from places in time where we're dealing with right now in this world. The inspiration, you turn on, you go and you scrolling, and you see people going through world hunger, and you hear a certain chord, you want to attach that to that. Mm-hmm. And of course, AI, they want to do that, but they can't put the soul in it. Mm-hmm. AI doesn't have a soul. AI doesn't have that. AI doesn't have intestinal fortitude. You know what I'm saying? And they can't get that descriptive. You have to still tell it what to do. So they can act like, it's all, pseudo. It ain't the real thing. It still ain't the real thing. Somebody's still gonna go in there and write your favorite song, and it ain't gonna be AI generated.
So,
oh yeah.
What part of becoming a producer that you felt confident in rather than being an artist? Because so many I see the music industry as this realm of, hey, the artist is what people see. Right. But nowadays you see producers making just as much, if not more money, right, than an artist. Right. How did you come to grips with that transition for yourself where it's like, yo, I don't want to be the artist. I don't need to be the artist no more. I could just really...
It wasn't that I didn't want to be an artist. It was just that once I became a producer, I began to find my purpose in production. Okay. And that was to introduce people. Ladies and gentlemen, I've always been introducing this person, that person, this person, but not just that. From when you first heard "Hoes in the Club showing up, shaking that ass in the club, nigga, what?" When you first heard that record, there was no introduction. Now that record was so big in Houston. That was Waffle House Records with 8Ball and MJG. Then it was in Houston, and I literally had the record was so big in that city that I had to move there. Because Houston is territorial, and if you over there in on the east side, they don't go to the south side. South side don't go to the west side. You know what I'm saying? Right. So you can do 5-6 different shows a week. So you seeing a lot of Houston rappers, and you be like, "Why this nigga so rich? I never heard of him." Mm-hmm. Because it's like compartmentalized like that in Houston. Yeah. So when I was out there, so when I got there, I was like, because it was like, when I kept coming back to Atlanta, and they were like, you got a show Thursday, you got a show Friday, you got a show Saturday, then you got one Tuesday. I was like, whoa, this is a pattern. I was like, I'm just gonna come out there. I'm just gonna come out there till this record slow down. But when the record blew up, I didn't have my name on the record. So it was somebody running around, about 4 or 5 producers, and they had juice, saying that they produced the record. And Waffle House never put my name on that record because I didn't sign with them. They wanted me to sign, but I didn't. So I don't know if they did it on purpose, but they didn't put my name on that record. You feel me? Right. So nobody knew. So I had to get on my soapbox. So that's kind of like where the ladies and gentlemen, all of that came from. That came from me watching James Brown. Because James Brown would be like, hey, ladies and gentlemen, there are 7 wonders of the world. You're about to witness the 8th. Mm. You feel me? I was like, ooh, Dad. Even when Ed Sullivan introduced James Brown, he still had his guy come and reintroduce him. Cause like, oh, okay, Ed, I know you introduced him, but my guy, so I just introduced. No, I'm about to introduce him. Hey, let the boy introduce me. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Bad, super bad. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, oh. So that's why I was like, ladies and gentlemen, this is a Jazze Pha production. Oh boy. It became more than music. Because then I started going to boys and girls clubs, and I asked all of the kids, what do you think it is that I do? And they all had a different answer, but they were all right.
Mm. So how do producers compete? Like if you're saying you created this, or you was a part of the creation of this song, or a song, right, or a project, right? How Like, what do we not know of this underworld that's saying, like, yo, I can't say that I wasn't a part of something because you're gonna hear my name or you're gonna hear my sound, you're gonna hear my verse on a
Right.
Like, it's hard to say like Cam wasn't in there. Like, that's Cam's voice.
Right. That's his
Well,
voice.
as a producer,
Right.
you don't have no specific.
You got to figure it out. You got to make it pop. You got to make it pop. And I was able to make it pop. I came from Teddy Riley. I came from, Teddy Riley was, I'm trying to think, Teddy Riley might have been the only dude before me tagging his record like that. Yep. Hey. He do like little antics on the song. And that was Teddy. Is it anybody else? I can't think of anybody else. And then it was me.
And now you got
Diddy. P. Diddy. Yep.
But the morphing of stamping songs, like it's how you say it now is crazy because like if Young Metro don't trust you, I'ma and then now you start hearing like what is the so and so you in there like oh my god
Pierre,
you in there
yeah,
like that and then like it's so many different sounds and stamps, so to speak, but it comes from something. Yeah. It's a producer's way of saying, hey, this my beat.
This is me.
This is me.
It's me, the stamp. See, I was the one that you don't never know how my stamp gonna be. It depends on the mood of the record. If you hear Angie Stone.
Rest in peace.
Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing Angie Stone. If you hear Snoop Dogg, you might be, ladies and gentlemen, the big dog, Snoop Dogg, a man, a myth, a legend, a Too Short, you know what I'm saying? A pimp, a Mac. I can make it go either way. It's not just one, you know what I'm saying? And they want that. I got one that you could just tap, but they don't want that. The record's done. They be looking at me like, I never insist. They say, you got to do your thing. This record jamming. We about to put it, you got to do your thing. You going to be in the video? So there it is. You have to write yourself in. You got to write yourself in. Ain't nobody going to write you in.
Right. So I guess, and I always have to say it this way because it's just purposeful for people to understand. The questions that I ask is not just from my perspective because I genuinely want to know, but it's also for the viewer that also needs to get educated about this. So if I'm a young producer and I'm in this game of making music, whether acoustic or rather just beats and hip hop or just sounds with whatever, what would be the proper way to stamp yourself?
The proper way?
In this realm of where music is now.
It's got to be befitting to who you really are every day. That's all. If you're simple and, you know what I mean, you have a simple tag. If you're over the top, that need to be the over the top. You know what I'm saying? That's pretty much it. I mean, it just need to be, it doesn't need to be not natural. It needs to be natural. It needs to feel, that's what I feel.
Have you ever gotten to a point of your life where you made it? Like, what was the time where you look back and you was like,
that's crazy. That's a good one right there. Well, you made it. Yeah, I felt like that.
Talk to me.
But then until you start seeing other people who've made it already, and you go and you start having the conversations because now you're able to get in the room. Because it wasn't, people knew who I was, yeah. But when you cross a certain barrier, then there's another level. Oh, another door. You know what I'm saying? Right. You go through a door and then you find out there's another door. And then you walk through that door when that $1 million check hit. The $1 million check hits. So now we're talking to people, get on the plane. Go over here. Go talk to this person. Go talk to people. go sit down and have meetings. Because my first part of production was not in offices and all of that. I came from the streets. Now, I wasn't a street person per se, but all of my homies were street guys. Right. They were street guys, and they were like, man, Jazzy, man, he's the greatest guy in the world, man. He'll let you come over there to the studio and just, rock out. It ain't gonna cost that much. I'll let you rock out. But then, when I started hitting hard, then it was different.
The price that yes.
Oh, it's got different, but I still pretty much stay the same. But I just tell people up front, I'm gonna give you my number, but when you call this number, this is a business phone. I tell everybody that when they do music. Like, you do music, you make music. Okay, this is a business phone. Shawty, you want to come over and kick it tonight? This is a business phone. This is a business phone. Like, okay, if you come to play, say that. If you're trying to be Lil' Kim, or you're trying to be, not to say Lil' Kim's name, but any
say
rapper,
that too.
Right.
Don't expect something for nothing now.
Right. You know what I'm saying?
It's airtime.
Which mic you trying to rock?
Hello?
Which mic you trying to get on?
Ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, boy. Oh, girl, even.
Hey, these are questions that we need answers to.
Oh, yeah.
So, I mean, the question was never answered, though.
Right.
The moment of...
Let's get back to
it. When you feel like you made it. Like
when I felt like when the $1 million check hit.
Can you tell me that time in your life where the first reinsurance of money kind of hit, and you was like, okay.
It wasn't really about the money. It was about the climb. Mm-hmm. It was about the climb, you know what I'm saying? And once you get to a certain to a place, and you're around a crew of people who are fighting for the same thing. And I was at a BMI, that's BMI, that's for writers and producers and all of that. They had a annual awards ceremony down in Miami. So I'm down in Miami. And so I pretty much knew I was getting my check, you know what I'm saying? Right. But I didn't know how I was gonna feel, you know what I mean? So all of the guys around me had never seen $1 million check before, right? So all 4 of them kind of met me in the hallway before I walked out. I think Pharrell was there, his dad, and me and Pharrell had a crazy talk. It was really, really dope. So I'm in there, and we were in the hallway, and they stopped. I said, uh-oh. I said, they must got the check. So I think I had a shirt on with a pocket right there. And then my boy put it in my pocket. He said, open it. I ain't never seen one. They ain't say what it was or nothing. He said, we ain't never seen one. They both standing there like this. They said, I ain't never seen one of those. Whew. I was like, I just looked at the envelope for a minute. It was like, yeah, dog. I was like, yeah, dog. I opened it up, pulled the check out. I was like, whew. I said, I need a moment. I need a minute. $1 million check. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, whoa. And the first thing you thinking is, how can you save everybody? Damn. How can you save everybody? But when I sat down in my room, I said, let me call my mama. Let me call my mama. And man, she was like, baby, don't call nobody and tell nobody that you got that money.
That's so funny. Why are we like this? Because everybody's like, it's just our culture. It's like, hold on. Who all know?
Right, because it wasn't on TV. It wasn't a sweepstakes or nothing like that. So yeah. Well, and it definitely wasn't a conference call.
As an athlete, it's a sweepstakes.
Yeah, it is. Oh, it is. It was definitely a sweepstakes.
It's like everything is out there.
Yeah.
And you know what's crazy? I say this, I'm more dangerous than I've ever been because nobody knows how much money I got.
Yeah.
When I was in the league, everybody knew.
Yeah. Right. They got
It's like, this mother just signed an extension. How much?
Right.
For a year. 80 million. What? I ain't never seen that much money. You see what I'm saying? Like
Oh,
for
Lord.
people like that now, like hold on, Cam done been away from. How the fuck this motherfucker making money?
Right. Relationships.
What the hell going on here?
Yeah, the
How he
relationships.
able to blase?
You got it, Cam. You got the relationships, and you got the you wasn't no front man for nothing. You know what I'm saying? It's like my brother Javon DeWan. He's I don't know if you know, but he's a quarterback too. You know what I mean? And man, one of the most really one of the guys that really just helped me get refocus because we get out of focus. We get out of focus, man, and just help you. And that's what brings on my gospel side. That now I'm just now really grasping that gospel side and really putting it down on the gospel tip.
No, like I was gonna wait to, later on and kind of talk about this.
Yeah, we'll come back to it.
Since you're talking about it, just the whole evolution of Jazze Pha,
Yes.
right? As we're talking about the creation and understanding where you're coming from, just the evolution. Now you've evolved into a different genre.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Talk to me about the gospel project.
It's Javon DeWan and the Trap Stars. My brother Javon DeWan, Gas Nitty artist. Us three, pretty much we went in the studio over the summer, probably 2 years ago, about 2 years or so. And we went in, and every Wednesday, we got the Trap Stars. So it's it'd be about 8 or 9 of us, sometimes 20 of us in the studio, simultaneously just, synergizing on this one project, Javon DeWan and the Trap Stars. So it became a thing, it's becoming an institution within our own little community. And so we were just getting in there and just getting fed, you know what I'm saying? And just getting fed the word, just talking and just speaking positivity and speaking greatness and well-being and just, man, it just talking and making music. And man, here we are, we number one now. We number one. The first year we won the Stellar Awards. The second year we were nominated. And this year we number one.
Say less. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you, brother.
I don't want to overlook this situation because we've seen in recent years a lot of hip-hop artists convert to gospel.
Yeah.
That's not to say that they weren't Christians going into it or not. I think what I'm saying is that becoming more of the notion. It's like, yo, let me see what gospel talking about. Let me see what this gospel bag talking about.
Nah, it wasn't really like that. It was something that Javon wanted to do. He really didn't know what he wanted to do, I don't think. He just knew he wanted to be creative. He does movies, he writes all kind of stuff. And he did motivational and he was just like, bro, what you think about this? Oh, that's dope. This right here, I can see this in stadiums. I can see this everywhere. I can see this in changing lives. And it's not like nobody is holier than thou. We just regular dogs, you know what I'm saying? Just like you. But we want to see something better for our people's lives, for our lives, you know what I'm saying? Something different. Just something different, man. Javon DeWan and the Trap Stars.
I'm trying to transition the right way, but I gotta ask this. Do you feel a certain type of way that, Kanye's impact to gospel music?
His impact?
Just what was done.
I think that's a twofold question because a lot of people get into the giver and not the gift.
Explain.
Everybody was concerned about somebody like T.D. Jakes, but why are you getting into what the messenger is doing? You get into what he's saying. Did you get the message? Did you get the message? It's not for us to judge a man.
Okay.
No man. I don't care who it is, Kanye, Wanye, whoever. What you judging him for? Why you judging him? You don't have the right to judge him. Right. There's some things that you do It just so happens that we're in this magnifying glass. That don't mean I can't, just because I'm over here doing this and acting a donkey, don't mean I can't write ultralight beam. It don't mean that I don't feel God. For somebody who has done over $1 billion more than once, he done seen God before.
Yeah.
He might not have recognized him. He might think he recognized him, but he just did. He doesn't really have a personal relationship. And I think he misses mama. The boy misses mama. Everybody around him, who do you know? Well, I ain't gonna ask you. Who do y'all know who got $1 billion? Who do they know? So when you get that in your room, you don't know what to do. Everybody's lips is puckered up, ready to kiss some ass. That's what they're doing. Ain't nobody going over there saying, hey, yay, sit down. Sit down, man.
But I've had multiple people on this platform, gospel artists as well, and I'm always curious to ask other artists who venture into gospel,
right,
and respectfully want to get their thought process, because
one thing though, before we go further, I'm not a gospel artist. I love the Lord.
Now explain.
I'm not a gospel artist.
But you have a
I produce it.
Okay.
Yes, but I'm not a gospel artist.
So
I love the Lord.
That's true. But Jazzy, I'm saying,
I'm just Jazze Pha.
From this realm of
now, with Billboard and all of that, we've become, compartmentalized.
Correct.
Oh, he's gospel. He's that. He's that. I made 1-2 Step. I also made some Too Short records. I made Javonda Warner and the Trap Stars along with the Trap Stars. But I also made Snoop Dogg. So what are we doing here? I worked on the Snoop Dogg album, the gospel album. I mean, we're just making music, man. We're just being harmonious. We're just being positive.
Right.
I'm just giving back what was given to me as a child.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? Lift up your heads, oh ye gates, and the King of Glory shall come in, and the King of Glory shall come in. I hear that in my head sometimes when I'm in the club. So now, if I take that and put that, that's where the trap come. It's like, we put the 808 in there, open that up. Ooh, Jesus love you. Woo, yeah, he do. Yeah. I wish a nigga would try to stop it. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. Let's bring, but man, Jesus was in the ghetto.
He was. But
he was in the hood.
That's my message.
Yeah, so who are we?
Yes.
Whenever you got a question about it, go back there. Because everybody else they all want to be disciples. They ain't really disciples because they're not following. They just want to be.
So we live in a day and age where the question stemmed from, I can hear the screaming comments right now.
What?
You ain't of God. This, that, not you. I'm just saying in general. Because when I talk about Kanye in Sunday service, when I talk about Kanye and ultralight, like even he was like Life of Pablo was a gospel album. And,
oh wow.
But with those things, it's like, yo,
it has some elements, but
to your point, you're like, yo, it's the message.
Right.
You can't always judge the messenger. We like, how many times have we held people to so much high standards that we don't even hold ourselves?
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Like, I can produce a gospel song. I could produce certain things, right, and that was God using me to give a message.
Right.
Too many times we say, oh, no, that's you think I'm about to listen to him? You think I'm about to, ain't that the same preacher that done, blah, oh. And if you don't keep that same energy with yourself, living is hard, let alone trying to keep up with people's expectations.
But at the end of the day, guess what? He's still changing lives. still leading lives into the positive direction, into the right direction, changing broken homes, changing broken dreams, everything like that, through the word of God.
Right.
Because it ain't about you. It's the word of God. Where you at? Where y'all at in that? You know what I'm saying? Where the judgment come from? You know what I mean?
Right.
So, yeah. It ain't really a sensitive subject for me because I was growing up in it. I know it.
That's fair. You and me both.
I know it, yeah. So I'm cool. I'm cool. Let them go ahead.
You know, the thing is, when I talk to my mother, and, you know, parents have a way to speak to their children in ways that's specific to the child.
Mm-hmm.
And my mom, she would tell me, just make sure everything that you do, son, that's your ministry. You make music.
Yeah.
That's your like you play football. That's your ministry. Everything that you do, and even in the Bible, you know, look to the hill will come at your help.
Yeah.
Like everything I do is for God.
Yeah.
Funky Friday is just a platform just to push people. Because when you talk about disciples, them were followers of Christ, and some of them, if all of them had a background, nobody was raised in church. Not one disciple was raised in church.
No, they was ghetto.
Not one.
They was hood.
I mean, tax fraud. I mean, one disciple was killing Christians. But for us in this day and age, I just think, and we getting derailed, but I just want to make sure that you said something with the message, not the messenger.
Not the message.
Because God can talk to us all and use us all and have used us. And with that, it's just something that needs to be highlighted. Let's talk about this. Was everything always wild in the industry like we're starting to hear about?
What do you mean?
Like you hear these stories, and you say you started in 91. That was when
I went to Jack the Rapper.
Them type of party, them were real.
It felt like, I mean, you know, because I was young then. I was like, okay, this is where it starts. Like, I'm 17, 18 years old. I'm seeing it all because I was signed.
Yeah.
So they was like, oh, you just got a deal. Da, 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 da. So everybody's like walking around with your poster. Da, da. Back then it was like posters all in the lobby. And they do, I see them promoting you. Baby boy, what we doing tonight? Okay.
Oh, boy.
Hey, you know, so me, like, I remember seeing Dallas Austin, and I was like, oh, that's the dude that sing, Hey, Mr. DJ. He had produced the record for Joyce Irby, Cinderella Irby. Hey, Mr. DJ, play me your favorite song. I don't know if you even remember that.
I don't.
That was like one of his first, I think that might have been his first hit record. You know what I'm saying? And I saw him, and I think the conversation, he was the first person that I saw in person with the Pumps, with the original Pumps. Remember the Pumps?
Slow down.
The Pumps, not the pump, like the pump.
This is where the interview goes?
Yeah. The sneaker. It was the Pump sneaker.
Like the Shaq.
Yeah, with the basketball on it.
Yeah, okay.
It had the pump on it.
All right. Okay.
You know, you football, so you know. Yeah, but anyway, he had those sneakers on, and that was the conversation piece. Slow down with the Pumps. Lord have mercy, no. Yeah, but anyway, so that was the conversation piece, and we were trying to get in Jack the Rapper. Neither one of us had a pass. So we just talked our way in there. We got in there and just met everybody.
But you've literally been a part of every partying dynamic.
You coming back?
Stay with me.
You ain't gonna let me get away.
No, I'm not.
Damn.
No, I'm not.
Damn.
No, I'm not. Because I guess there was the Freaknik era. It's a good era.
I was new to the town.
You know what I'm saying?
I was new to the town. I was visiting on one Freaknik, and I was like, okay. And I would hear about it, and it was like, oh, yeah. Yeah, it's lit.
You got another era in the strip club era.
Yeah.
Which is like the make it rain.
I went to Gentleman Club.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. All that.
You also got like the parties and the cocaine era where it's like, yo, whether partaking, you seen the remnants of those type of parties.
Right.
Also the era of partying where you actually party with no sections. It was just
I'm from the, music, saying the backdrop of music. So, every year was the cocaine era. All them years was the cocaine era.
like
I was with Rick James. I was around Rick James and all Parliament Funkadelic. Oh my God. Come on now.
Then you go through an era of the Diddy parties.
Oh.
So it's so many. That wasn't an era.
I see what you did there.
But no.
Yeah.
It's a lot of
You been to
party.
a Diddy party?
Unfortunately I have not.
Unfortunately.
But this is the thing, and I heard this.
Yeah.
It wasn't the Diddy parties that
No.
was the issue.
It was the after
It was
party.
the after the Diddy party.
Nah. So we would go to the parties to go and get something, like a young lady trying
He
to
had
get or two.
There's no denying that
Yeah,
Sean Combs bought people out.
Man, what? I done seen everybody there, so they lying if they ain't went.
Fact.
They went to the party.
But this and I
They was breaking down.
clean it up.
I mean, when you knowing Denzel and all kind of different people is in the Diddy party, you're like, man, I want to go.
Yeah.
Lawrence Fishburne, everybody. I'm like, I'm going. I'm like, man, God
you
dang.
gotta be there.
Yeah, some of the biggest, man. Some of the biggest, he brought them out. You know what I'm saying? So,
But it's the thing that I always hear about Diddy parties.
Yeah.
The parties. He always gave the best experiences.
yes, he did. And he made people dance. He made people dance. He had his security putting you off the dance floor if you didn't dance. Get off the dance floor. Then you go. They got a space for y'all, and it's out there. Y'all go out there, but in here we party. He'd stop the music. He'd be like, "Man, stop looking at me, dance." So I appreciated that.
So how do you live the lifestyle but avoid getting caught up in the lifestyle?
Oh, it's like once you've, you know how it is, man. When you're the OG, boy, you got there. We didn't seen it. I seen it early.
Yeah.
I seen it early, and it never really got bad, and I was raised right. I was raised right, so I was a little different. I was around it, and I was, I always got mine, and you know what I mean?
I'm good.
I was never one for the hot girl standing on the table, you know what I'm saying, keep on pulling the dress down. I was never for that one. I didn't never want that one.
Talk to me now.
I wanted to stand by the bar, and I wanted to attract something that was like from out of town. Ain't never been here before. Been here 3-4 months. Ain't been spoiled by the land. You feel me?
She ain't got
You know how-
she ain't got bit by one of the chimpanzees.
At least not yet. Right.
yet.
She coming that boy green as apple.
The
green
damn glasses. Them glasses, but that's like Cyclops. Boop.
Right.
Her.
Right.
Who's her?
Right. How long you been here? There's a key line. Where you from? Birmingham. How long you been here? 3 months.
Who you here with?
You right.
Nobody.
Nobody.
My girls, but nobody.
Yeah, I got to drop. Look, and they start explaining how they got to move around tonight. Oh, you know it's up.
Yeah.
I got to go drop so and so off. We was trying to go get something to eat. Bet. I'm going. We going. What we doing?
Say less.
Boy,
Oh boy.
$100 ain't never been that spent that well.
But what? See, man, listen.
I'm spending this 100 tonight.
See, this is
Everybody gets Waffle House. Everybody.
what? But
Waffle House on me.
and a tip.
Oh boy.
You think what I'm saying? Boy, that damn all-star could not be at the most. Baby, get her bacon and sausage.
You hear me?
Grits and hash
You
browns.
understand me?
Covered, smothered, and chunked
Chunk,
baby.
chunk.
And give her a refill on that orange juice, too.
Orange.
Matter of fact, I've been going to Waffle House so long, I remember they had the dispense the orange juice.
Speaking of Waffle House, right? Side note, Snoop Dogg knows all of the songs in the jukebox. I'm not talking about the regular song. I'm talking about the Waffle House songs.
What?
He knows the songs, bro.
How would he know that? And Waffle House ain't even the West Coast.
Waffle House, exactly. But he be on the road. Nobody be on the road like dog. Listen, he knows the songs, bro. Listen, that's how much he love Waffle House.
Waffle House is a pinnacle.
Yeah.
Like, it's a staple. Like,
Oh yeah, yeah. You got the one in your head right now where if you wanted some Waffle House, you know the one you going to. You know who always stirring their grits. You know who I'm saying? You know all that.
The dirtiest Waffle Houses be the best ones.
I ain't gonna say that.
No, trust me.
I mean, okay.
Like anybody.
That ain't my experience, but
I
okay.
gotta tell you, bro. I'm trying.
Not knowingly.
Not knowing. Of course, you ain't gonna.
I like
you
me a
done
clean
seen
Waffle
some
House,
very. Man, you walk into the restroom and it's almost a safety hazard because it's so slippery. They just mop the
Hey,
floor.
boy, I
They don't
will
have
go
no-
outside now and open 2 doors. You know how you open 2 doors and you go between.
Come on, bro. If I don't walk into a Waffle House or drive into a Waffle House parking lot and I don't see the cook back there smoking a cigarette and
Right.
see the traffic coming in and then dust himself off and just say,
Right.
all right, this the same dude I seen back there in the back smoking a cigarette, taking his break. He gonna come in and make the meanest pork chop sandwich. I don't need,
Boy,
but
you get-
I'm having
boy,
flashbacks. That was
listen.
when I used to, you know what I'm saying, partake in the swine.
Finna go. Huh? Finna go. You better keep it up. Don't keep it up. Change the subject.
Where do we go from here? All right. So you said you
going.
never said what was the best. What was the best era
It don't matter. Do it even matter?
It does matter.
Okay. Say it again then. Because I forgot what it was.
It doesn't matter, but it does matter because you need to know this.
Okay.
In any era,
In the air.
this is a lost art.
Okay.
Motherfuckers don't got game no more.
What?
Can you imagine?
You know I love that. People like us love that. Cause you got game. You a leader. You call the plays. You know, man, you're a playmaker. So you love it when they ain't got game.
the dude that come in with the big chain and the this, that, and the entourage.
Oh my
They
God.
make it so easy.
I love to see it.
Because then as soon as I get my time, my isolated time with her,
Yeah.
I'm then I'm and then I see this. Boy, you stupid.
Boy, hey.
That right there is just the unlocking of.
That's the pit bull of it all.
What? These young dudes now, it ain't even these
Hey,
young
look,
dudes.
it's the thing like this. You can't even let you want to get away from it. Oh, Lord.
If you ever hear this, fellas, boy, you so stupid. At night,
It's up.
it's up and it's stuck. You got her.
It's Cardi B.
You got her.
Up and it's stuck. Hey, up and it's
Boy, that's good. Boy, you hear that? You
Yes,
know you in the
Lord.
good.
Barty.
When you start hearing the that's when you know you losing.
And somebody go over your head. Barty.
Dad,
It's up.
let me stay focused. My ADD kicking.
Okay. I'm about to be in the studio on your ass.
That's where we were.
Sure.
I'm sorry.
Skirt.
So
Now I'm doing ad libs. It's up.
hold on. All right. So with this whole industry and not getting caught into the industry, you've obviously fostered a lot of relationships in this, right? Mm-hmm. When you see certain individuals go down, do you cut ties, or how do you still?
Never. No.
But help me.
But I mean, once again, it all goes back to how are you raised? You know what I'm saying? You got to remember where you're from. And we here to help people,
Right.
you know? And that's an opportunity. And not like in an opportunist type of way, but that's an opportunity to show
Right.
who you are in,
For them.
yeah, for them in you know, so they can see what they're not missing. Because people think they're missing something, man. They think they're missing something and they get around, it gets cloudy. It gets real cloudy when they start saying your name. And when they stop saying your name, man, you got to remember who you are. You got to remember who you are.
Right.
And it ain't really about what you did before. It's about what you're going to do now.
Do you still keep in contact with artists who have either lost the fame or has been locked up?
Man, you know what? I keep in touch with people who want to keep in touch with me. You know? I
Explain
don't
that.
force it. I did at a time. I ain't gonna lie. I was like, How come they don't call me? How come they don't reach out to me when they had that party? How come I didn't hear about that party?
Right.
But then I found out that it wasn't really me who they couldn't coexist with. It was my anointing. They couldn't coexist with my anointing. Something inside of their body, inside of their spirit, was annoyed, was disturbed, disrupted. Because that's what God does. He disrupts things and makes the so comfortable, uncomfortable when he's dealing with his. It gets a little uncomfortable. So I'm not going to invite him because something is going to disrupt you and disturb your spirit when you come around me. Because I don't mean nothing but good. And God don't play about me. I don't care who you are, where you at, what level you on. You feel me?
I received that.
And the haters, man, they hated me on a level I didn't even know I was on. I was like, man, really? Yeah.
Me?
Me?
Little.
For real? I'm finna turn up now. I need to give y'all something else.
Well, give me this.
I need to give you more.
We were talking about a story off camera about, hey, let's get away.
Yes. Let's get away.
Let's talk about it.
Let's
Because I
get
heard
away.
that
Okay.
song. I heard that song on T.I.'s album. I was in the transition from middle school to high school.
Right.
And when we were playing it, you know, off camera, you was like, hold on, y'all don't know the story about the.
Right.
Talk to me.
So there were two different melodies.
Okay.
So take you back when I first did the record, right? So a little class right here. The record of, that you hear now, hey, let's get away, that was an interpolation partially from the great Aretha Franklin, rest in peace. Aretha Franklin had a record called Daydreaming. Where you got the daydreaming, you know what I'm saying? Hey, baby, I was feeling for you. So it went, hey, baby, let's get away. Let's go somewhere far. Baby, can we? Daydreaming, I was thinking of you. Daydreaming, I was thinking of you. So I had that melody, and her people, you know, they're a lot older, so it's like you got to find them and, you know, get everybody's clearances. Everybody who had, if there's one person missing from the clearance, then you clear the record. That's why you hear a lot of people say, I couldn't clear the record. Or some people just fold their arms and be like, we don't clear those records. You know what I'm saying? You won't get it cleared. And so they weren't clearing the record.
It was that's. I got to do a better job at that, but I'm really curious. How does one go about clearing a record?
Well, there's clearing like people. There's clearance companies.
Okay.
Shout out to Danny Zook, because Danny Zook is like one of the guys I know personally that clears like all the stuff for the Migos. Anybody in this southern hemisphere, pretty much, he probably clears all of Dallas's records, anything like that. He clears a lot of those records. So you have to have a person, you know, just you got a guy. You got a guy that does windows. It's this guy that clears records.
Yeah.
He's just that guy. I can't explain his, you know, rhyme of reason or his method of madness. But that's what he does. So anyway, so I'm singing on the phone, like, because they're like, bro, we can't clear this record. So you got to change the melody. So the one that you hear now is the original, right? So I'm singing. So there's a guy that calls, and they're playing the keyboards in the background, saying your melody is da-da-da-da-da. Now, if you go here, anywhere in here, then you can change the record. You can get away with it, because my lyrics weren't exactly the same. So I was like, so I went to, hey, let's get away and get a room on the other side of town. Yeah, baby, I was feeling for you. You see what I'm saying? Right. So fast forward, they dropped that record on the I think social media. That's when like YouTube had just started. So they dropped it on YouTube and on those platforms. They dropped it. So me, Tip, everybody, we go to Miami. We all the way up to the video shoot. So we all thinking that the record can't be cleared. So we even fell in love with the old version. Fell in love with that version. Everybody was loving that version, right? People to this day walk up to me and was like, they sing that version, they love that version. So we get to the video shoot. The first time they say, okay, playback, doing the first scene of the video. Boom, The first time we found out that we were using that version is at the video shoot. When he played back on them big speakers in front of all the women, me and Tip looked at each other like, what is this? Mm-hmm. They said, oh, we got the record cleared. I'm like, nigga, you giving away my money. Mm. We done got around the clearance. Now you done bring us back. Now we got to talk about how much money we got to get him. I think they took like 60% of the record.
What?
One of the best records that he ever did.
But okay, so educate me with
we went from 0 to 60.
that you had
in
to
a bad
owe,
way.
That you had to owe somebody.
We had to give them.
So
percentage. We had to give them that percentage.
Right. So with clearances, right? You're saying, is it because I hear clearances saying like you got to get certain things cleared because of the lyrics.
Yeah. Oh, you got to get it cleared for the lyrical content. You got to get it whatever they want to.
Is it melody?
It's just cleared.
Because I heard this from it was Cisco.
Yeah.
The thong song.
Yeah. Jump.
But it was the Living La Vida.
Living La Vida Loca.
And he didn't get it clear. Yeah. And even to this day,
oh
Cisco
no, you gotta
and
it's a part of the chorus.
But how? But is it the Living La? It's Living La Vida Loca.
No, it's four syllables, I think. So if I say jumping out the truck, like from your song, I gotta pay you. So he like living la vida loca. Living la vida loca. It's really 7 syllables. Living la vida loca.
So it's the
at 4.
It's the words. Is it the melody?
Yep, and it's the characters. It's the syllables. It's the notes, because it's living la vida loca. That's how they do it. They'll have a dude on a piano playing do 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 do. So you got to change it to do 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 do. Living la vida loca.
For it to be clear.
Yep. Yep.
Damn.
That's how it goes. You can use a couple of the notes. You can't use more than 4 though. You can't use 4. You can use 3 of them less.
3 and a possible.
3.
Okay. So,
but it's subjective too, because sometimes you got one words that are it's all about how identifiable. There's an identifiable clause in there too, because you might go yeah,
and that sound like Usher,
right? See, right? Identifiable. It's identifiable. Yep.
And this is all before y'all can even make a cent. It's
that's. But if you really think about me, I never really used a lot of samples.
No, you haven't.
I never really used a lot of samples.
But this is bigger than just samples. This is more to like if I'm an artist and I want to make a comparable with like this, that, and the third.
Right. Yeah.
Listen, man, I hear
just be inspired by it and go make your own.
You know what I'm saying?
Outkast did real good with that though. They did real good with that. They did a few samples, but you know.
Damn, that's hard, bro. That's tough.
Yeah, man.
So you mentioned this earlier as far as getting into the right headspace or getting into the mood, or so to speak, right? I mean, I can speak specifically for athletes, but we have all had different ways to prepare. In my case, the big game. Yours may be the big studio project or song.
Right.
Do you have any rituals before entering the studio to get yourself in the right headspace before making a hit? Or something that you do in the studio that is like this.
In the studio, it's like it just depends. But before going into the studio, I want to know, okay, if we're working on Fantasia. Mm-hmm. If we're working on Fantasia, and say that I didn't know Fantasia.
Right.
I go back and I would listen to Fantasia. I get into who she was. Now we got social media, so I would go on her social media, and I would see what she does in repetition. And now all of this is just preparing me, because that's just one part. Because I'm gonna do all of that, and I'm gonna get into the aesthetic, and I'm gonna get into, her vibe. But most of all, whatever conversation we have, or even if we don't have a conversation, the conversation that we have in the studio is the thing. Because we can go in here and I'll be like, oh, okay, we gonna talk about cigars and hats and style and Funky Friday and da-da-da. And you might get there and say, okay, Jazzy, what we're doing today is I want to talk about Barcelona. Like, oh. So
You gotta bring it out.
We gotta focus my lens for the picture. I gotta focus my lens. So we're gonna talk about Barcelona. What is it like? Like, okay, so who did you meet? Like, what happened?
Sounds do you associate
what happened? Like,
with
so
Barcelona?
why Barcelona, bro? Why that? You know what I mean? What inspired that? What was the trip like? Okay, they searched you. They took your pistol. Whatever they did. I mean, yeah. So that, we just get into the story. We're just gonna get into the story. And then when it get exciting, we hone in. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna lock in on that. Because we gotta find something that's relatable.
Yeah.
How can everybody else relate to that? Everybody can relate to that. You know what I mean?
So with that relatability, is that the main reason why we oftentimes hear rappers talk about one of three things: money, cars, clothes, or hoes?
That's because that's what sells. They do it because it sells. But nowadays it's like pain. A lot of rappers talk about pain. Because everybody, like, those artists are the biggest. Because everybody going through something.
For shit show.
Whether you got money or whether you don't have money. When you got money, you got more problems. You already know that. So now you got to figure out where you're going to spend it at tonight. Or where you going to spend the night. Or where you going to, or who's spending the night or whatever. Or who's not coming around. You know what I mean?
The ops.
Right. The ops. That's a full-time job right there.
But I want to add to that because I'm speaking about things like when I listen to the music or have listened to music in the past, it's either talking about money, cars, clothes, hoes, or just fighting or anger. Like,
what music you listen to, dog?
I go hard in the motherfucking paint, nigga.
Hey,
Leave stank, nigga.
Like,
or just something. They got a genre of music like it's drill music. You know what I'm saying? Like something that just like, bro. When I go work out, my trainer knows this for sure. Or when I go running, bro. Like what type of music you want to listen to? I want to listen to bank robber music.
Hey, listen.
Like, bro, I'm trying to go rob a motherfucking bank.
Get what I listen to before I come in there with you.
Talk to me.
You bring me joy when I'm down.
Yeah, that's that, but I'm talking.
No. Because the OGs. Did you watch Baby Boy?
Yeah.
The real ones get into the calm before the storm. And then that makes the storm a little more heavy. So when I push that button,
it's on.
All heaven gonna break loose.
Yeah, but
that God is coming down.
Okay, I'll give you this one.
Cause the focus is, I've been holding it in. I ain't been hard in the paint all day. You can't beat me.
This is what I'm.
That's what I'm saying. You can't beat me.
Okay, this is what I'm saying.
Not in this.
This is what I'm saying. There's different tones, sounds, of course, to prepare you for what's to come.
Right.
I did it when I played.
Right.
When I first woke up, I would have a routine where I found myself, it was meditation music, right? It was like spa music. That's when I was in
See, that's it.
Yeah, but that was around like 6 a.m. My PT will come in and, stretch.
Right.
Just massage, needling right before the game.
Right.
Once he activates that, then as I'm getting prepared, putting on my suit, going to the stadium, that's gospel music. That's like getting me into that, okay, this is where, as I'm walking into that stadium, you gotta put the babies away. You gotta put them kids, I see red.
Yeah.
And that's where the bank, dun it, dun it, dun. Like, man, I ain't all that friendly woosah. No. When I entered the stadium,
it's up. Let's go.
I'm the biggest deal in there. Can't nobody see me.
Right.
You can't whoop me. It ain't nobody that can, like, that's the mentality. So it's like, and if you want to challenge that, you're going to have to see me. So when I'm training, it's the same thing. I go through the melody like, that's cool. But when I'm in action,
Jackson.
I said, no 5.
No 5, just Mike.
Just dig it upstairs.
The glove, the
Tito,
white, the glove.
Get the fuck out my way.
Move, Tito.
The fuck? Jermaine? Boy. But when you in that mode, and all people know, when you in that mode.
Get out the way, Tito.
Like, bruh, come on.
Come on.
You know what I mean? So it was that.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Mama said,
I just want you.
Mama said, Mama,
I got that.
Mama said, Mama, Mama said, Mama. Say it to the world. Say it out loud.
Hey, I got a question.
What's up?
You been in the industry for, like, what? You got a lady?
How many? I mean, which one?
You got any kids?
Yeah.
Why we on?
2.
How you?
2 different ladies. Not with either one.
Why not?
I love them. Not in love with them, but I love them.
Okay.
I love them. I'm just, I'm not looking for it right now, but I thought I found it. But,
What happened?
it's just discovery, man, when we do that discovery on them. You know what I mean?
What was your longest tenured relationship?
Probably the mother of my child.
One of them.
Yeah, my youngest.
Okay.
My youngest. That was probably, dang. She gonna cuss me out if I don't get it right. But
y'all not together.
She'll be all right. Nah, but that's my friend. We like this. We tight. We super tight. She'll black your eye about me. But we became great friends, man. Who knew? I mean,
Can I ask?
Yeah.
Just asking for
Come on.
friends, no fucking?
No. It can't. It don't work.
Teach that.
It don't work.
How? Okay.
It's kind of easy though.
Is it?
Yeah, because you need your headspace.
See, this is
We need our headspace,
fuck
man.
Cam Newton, fuck Jazze Pha. This is us as men.
Right.
How the fuck do you without? I know.
We live in Atlanta.
But you though, how can you have
We
feelings?
us, man. It fall off the trees. That ain't nothing, man.
So you prioritize a friendship with at one point you were in love with this person.
Yeah, but you know the things that you got to work out, and no, man. It's easy for me. It wasn't easy in the beginning, but I mean, you got to wean yourself off of it.
That's right. But my question is, how do you wean yourself off of it?
Yeah, you got to not listen to your wiener. That's how you wean yourself off. You stop listening to the wean.
Wean yourself out.
That's crazy. Ain't nobody never said that one up.
No.
Hey, stop listening to the wean. The
Nerd.
wiener.
But that's the thing. Like so many times
Hello.
in relationships,
All right.
it's tied to that, and we all go through it.
Right. Of
I
course.
have.
Yeah, we human.
For sure.
Herman from Memphis.
So you have a great relationship with one of your baby mothers.
Yes.
And it's
Mother of my child.
mother of your child.
Yes, we ain't no baby mama. It's a difference.
Explain that. Man, hold on. Bro,
You want to say
No, because listen.
Because people don't know, huh?
No, it's not that they don't know. I don't think that it's a difference. Because now you got people, so.
Baby mama is the person who biologically bore your child.
Okay.
And she, in a way, you can give her everything and she'll still need something else. Not necessarily need. She don't even need it. She just wants it because she ultimately wants you. But it doesn't work. It don't fit. We must acquit. Get on now. The glove don't fit. I guess it fit then.
So
but it didn't fit because we weren't no gloves.
So the baby mother. It's so much
wasn't no
theology that's going on.
It wasn't no glove.
It wasn't no glove. So
it wasn't never no glove. So it was, we raw dog pound.
Damn. So baby mother, then what's the step mother of your child?
Yes.
So explain that.
She was a great mother. She still is. Supportive to our daughter.
Okay.
Hey, Jalon. Hey, son too. Fizzle. My son is about to be a CPA. Crazy man. She's super talented, man. Super smart. And Jalon's mom. She's just, young entrepreneur, up and coming still, doing her thing. Just supportive, always being positive about my career, about hers, about the baby, about, what I'm saying, everything, man. She just the one, man.
So you
got, and she had to grow to that point now. She had to grow to that point.
The mother of your child?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
How did you think that transition was?
It was special because, when you deal with the family dynamic and she doesn't really know who your parents are, i.e. my mother really, because my mother was the one that we're the closest.
Right.
So, once you rubbing that the wrong way, it never just works out. But once it starts to become a good oil machine, and then she starts finding out why I became somebody that she desired. Yeah. She's like, I get it now. I was like, yeah, that's it. And then it makes everybody love each other more. It's a full circle then.
So you have grown kids?
My daughter is 18 and my son is 26. 27.
Having kids in a way where, do they respect your lifestyle?
Of course.
It's certain perks that comes with your lifestyle.
Yeah, but respect it, yes, absolutely.
You see what I'm saying? It's like,
because I know people that, that don't have it like that, but I'm always, I'm family oriented.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, shout out to my sister Keisha, because she's the one that really, was like, you got to sit down with your daughter, sit down with your baby, sit down. You know what I'm saying? And I did, but I really started spending more quality time and making sure that, I was always inclusive with them.
That's good.
Yeah.
'Cause I think oftentimes, you, just like how you were with your parents, it wasn't too far that you was going to fall from when you have access to microphones. You see microphones, you see drumsticks.
The best of them.
Yeah, he's like,
man,
bro, I want to do that. You know
right.
what I'm saying? And now,
it's there for you.
Having a studio session, and man, just being a fly on the wall with a Jazze Pha studio session with a Pharrell, a Ciara,
right.
a T.I.
Crazy.
What are we talking about here?
Insanity.
And to be a fly on the wall, just absorbing and soaking all this knowledge and wisdom and just everything that they have access to. You feel what I'm saying? But that's the good. You also got, if you're coming out with a single, you need to go perform it, right. Whether at a club or at a concert, no matter what it is, and that's also access. And you're a different city, different night. That's my point. So I was just curious to kind of hear that, because above all, we know you as Jazze Pha, right? But you're still human and understanding. You may say something that it may impact me or it may impact somebody who's also listening. And that's just something that also is dope to kind of hear, your methodology of family dynamics. So as we keep talking, a lot of people have credited you for helping shape the sound of Southern hip hop and R&B in the early 2000s. What do you think made that sound so successful?
I think it was definitely me. You know, it was fun. It was upbeat.
Yeah.
It was a mirror image of who I actually am. So if you come to a party, or if I go to a party, you know, we ain't going to no party. If it started at 10 o'clock, you know, it ends at 3. Right. We going to get, 1:30, I might get there at 1:45. You feel me? 1:46 and a half. And I'm there, I'm going, even if we got a section, I'm going to stop at the bar. I'm going to get me a drink, and I'm going to talk to everybody I know. And everybody that sees, oh, it's a party now. Oh. That's it. That's me. That's it. So when you hear, ladies and gentlemen, that's the real deal. You know what I'm saying? Superstar DJ, here we go. I'm checking in.
Yeah.
I'm checking in. Let's go. Let's go. This is a jam right here. You're gonna love this.
Yeah.
You feel me? When I press play, I got some weak shit. But I ain't gonna play for you. I'm my best A&R.
But how do you identify if it's
I just feel it.
by who?
You don't know it.
By
Hey, I don't need nobody for real. I got me and God.
you just know it.
But I'm gonna get on the phone. I'm gonna call Javon. I'm gonna call my dogs, you know, and they know. And if if they don't react right, sometimes I might get like, let me send this over. Because I don't think you understood. Because a lot of times my mom, she wasn't understanding what I was sending. And then I went over to the house and I was like, oh, she's playing it on the computer. And then when the Dr. Dre speaker box first came out, before they changed it, I said,
had some beat.
I took that, I took it over there and set it on the counter. I was like, and they gave her the little attachment. Now listen to it. She's like, oh.
Yeah.
Because, you know, music now, it got a bottom to it. She's like, oh, yeah. There you go, Ma. So now, listen to that. You know, so you got to feel it.
That made me look at artists different.
What?
It's really 2 to 3 different dynamics of how I judge an artist now.
Okay.
It's the song. Obviously, the song has to be, but the performance. It's like when you
Performance is everything.
and then also it's a different dynamic when you see the music video attached to it.
Right.
And I never really gave it the power until I started like, hold on. Because granted, I grew up in the church. I didn't have access to go to concerts.
Right.
So I would listen. My only recollection of music was on the radio. So if it was popping on the radio, I'd be like, yeah, this cool. I didn't even buy albums until it was like, yeah, that's cool. But as I started to mature, or my music palette started to enhance,
develop.
I started to look at how is this artist performing it? Because something that even, like we just left Super Bowl, and I remember going to a Super Bowl party and J. Cole performed. And I was like, bro, I ain't never heard that song hit like this though.
Right.
Put a finger in the air. I said, damn, this motherfucker, boy, listening to that shit on the, it's hit, but, you know.
Right. Especially if you love it and you have a connection to it.
Oh.
You know, you got a connection to it.
Damn, I see what he was trying to do. So how an artist performs it, and then when you really in that atmosphere, like a studio session,
right.
And they start, in essence, indirectly or directly performing it to you, it's like, okay, this hit a little different. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
So, yeah. Did you first discover Ciara? Was that your first artist?
Yeah. Well, I didn't discover her. A guy by the name of T.A., he discovered her and brought her to me. She was actually in a group. She was in a girl group. She was in a 3-girl group called Hearsay. He brought over to Dallas Austin studio. And it's like, tell me what you think about this girl, the one on the left. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because the father was not her father, but another girl's father in the group thought that his daughter was the Beyonce in the group, quote unquote. You know, yeah, of course. You know what I'm saying? So he's pushing it like that, like, you know. They not knowing the whole time that he's telling me to check her out because he's gonna pull her from the group because she's unhappy or whatever. So I checked her out and I was like, oh, she's a star. You know, everything she did just had something else to it. And that day, the next day she came back to the studio. We didn't record. Came back to the studio again, didn't record. I think the third day we didn't record. Fourth day, we get in, we did 3 songs, I think, 2 or 3 songs. All of the songs we did that week were all on the album, and that's rare. You know, we just like all the songs me and Ciara did are pretty much all the songs we cut, with the exception of probably 3 or 4 records.
Mm-hmm. What was the dynamic? Were you her producer? Were you her manager?
Producer.
Okay.
Her producer, and she was signed to my label.
Okay.
Show Enough.
And
Show Enough was my label, so it derived, of course, from my first hit record. Girls in the club, Show Enough. Show Enough Records. You feel me? Oh. So Show Enough Records, boom. Yeah.
So, okay. Now going back to the business side. Show Enough Records, what was the umbrella, or was that the umbrella to? Because you hear...
We did a deal with LaFace, with L.A. Reid.
Okay.
We wanted to do a deal with L.A. Reid. L.A. Reid ended up moving to another label, and we had to go over to Arista. But L.A. Reid was the center. He was my guy.
Okay.
You know, he did a few deals for me.
So you saw how old was Cece when she...
17.
So you seen it all.
Yeah.
This was Bow Wow.
Yeah,
season.
I was at graduation with a car.
Future season.
Yeah. Before everybody. Bow Wow was like, Dallas had this studio where I was using, and the vocal booth was shared by 2 different rooms next to each other. Mm-hmm. And so my room was over here, and you would have to come out into the rec area where the pool table and all that stuff was. Mm-hmm. And they had other rooms over here. So Bow Wow was out there. He'd be on his phone, out in that room. So she was coming out of the booth. Bing, he spotted her. You know what I'm saying? Mm. Boop, 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 yep. Him and JD weren't. Usually he'd be at So Def, but him and JD was, they was in and out. Sometimes they was sometimes on and sometimes off. So that was the time when Bow Wow did his own thing on an album, and I ended up doing the first song. That "Let's Get Down," really, really nice to meet you, ma. I'm really, really digging all of that. So he sees her coming out. So when I come outside, he goes, "Hey, I need, man. I want to meet her." I was like, "Oh yeah, all right, okay." We sitting in there, me and her sitting in there talking. I was like, she's like, "What'd he say?" She already knew. She knew. I was like, "Yeah, he ain't going to meet you." Da 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 da. So that's how they got together. Whatever. Over there in the studio, he was eyeballing her.
I don't want to be disrespectful right now.
No. Never that. Don't do that.
No, never.
Don't do that.
No.
We don't never do that.
But certain questions pose for certain questions.
Yeah.
We're going to pass that question.
Hello.
Goodbye.
Yes.
But so just enlighten me on just this whole music industry as a whole. Like you've mentioned, you signed Polo to Don, and I really want to go back to that. You had a plethora of different talent. Mm-hmm. I wouldn't say at your disposal, but you obviously had the collaboration of knowing like, yo, like, how do you go into a situation knowing, is it a sound that you're looking for? Is it an artist that you're looking for? Mm-hmm. Is it a specific person that you're looking for when you're creating different projects?
Well, it just depends on what it is. Like, for instance, like when you say Polo, so when he wasn't a producer at the time. Mm-hmm. He was dabbling with the beats, but that wasn't the reason why I wanted to sign him. He was at Patchworks, the old Patchworks. It was on 10th Street, but we were over there kicking it, and I used to see him out in the club all the time. You know what I'm saying? He was Shawty Swing at that time. Shawty Swing my way. He was the love interest in the video.
Damn.
Show look good for me. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, man, that's Shawty Swing. You know what I'm saying? Shawty, but I see him out all the time. So he was in the studio. He's like, man, I rap. I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, I rap. So I knew with the Attic crew, I'd see him with them, but I didn't know he was rapping. I thought he was just like one of the homies. So he's like, yeah, I rap. So I was like, all right, bet. So he played me a song, and it had Cuddy on it, rest in peace. You know, Cuddy's the one that, I know you're waiting for daddy, it won't be long.
Try to be patient as I'm coming to you.
Riding dirty on 85, slow, take it easy, I don't want nothing to keep it, yo. Oh, Cuddy, man, God.
Man, that was hard.
Oh, man, that was my man. So him, it was Polo, Cuddy, and Mr. Mo. They had one song together called We Make Them Hoes Say. So I was like, boom, he was rapping, and then right in the middle of the song, Cuddy just started singing. I was like, what is this? So I was like, man, y'all need to rap together. I was like, y'all not a group? They're like, nah. I was like, they part of the Attic crew, so just make them a group. So that's how you came with Jim Crow. You know what I'm saying? So we did a deal with them and took them to Interscope. So with Interscope, you know, the record did good. Holla at a Player was good. That was the first record me and him produced together. Holla at a Player when you see me on the street, right? Yeah, so we did that, and then went forward with that big record. It was cool. It was a cool record in the city and locally, but it was moderate. You know what I'm saying? Right. So fast forward, you know, he did a relationship over there with Interscope. So as a producer.
As a producer, there's so much that goes, but more focus on creative. Because you gotta be a visionary.
Yeah.
To a particular sound. What, like, you're asking questions like Barcelona.
Right.
Like, what are certain things, and as you're producing a track or certain things, like, how do you push your creativity, you know, when you've had success? You know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, I know what I'm doing. I know what I need to do. Like, my standard is here. How do you keep living up to that standard as a creative, especially in this music space?
Well, that's something that you really don't even think about, to tell you the truth. You don't really think about living up to anything. It's just all about competing with the man in the mirror. Just trying to be better, just trying to outshine the old you. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And that's it. And make the next record your best record.
Right.
You know, put everything you got into it, all your love, all your joy, whatever it is.
I didn't ask this, but what instruments do you know how to play? Yeah.
I dabble on the keys. Of course, I do drum programming, and I love guitars, but I mean, I just can't play none of it.
You don't play no instruments?
Not for real. But I dabble on them all.
But
I can dabble. I can, you know, I can sound it out. But I can go in and I can program it.
How?
Because if you think about it, like, sick of being lonely every night in my head. So when you hear those records, those are all me playing the guitars. On my MP. So I might take a sample that you might play. You might have been playing 15 minutes. I'm gonna take a quarter of a second of one of your licks and just go in that mug and make a whole song. You won't even recognize it. And I'll tell you 8 months later, after the song and went crazy, you know that was you. That was your sound right there. It's like, oh, that's why you took me to Ruth Chris that time and just told everybody it was my birthday. Yeah. Yeah.
You good, boy.
Yeah, because you ain't really deserve no publishing. That's just a sound.
This face ass.
How you feel? But I still love you, though.
Hey, that's something I want to talk about. You and Cee-Lo Green. Right? Had a project.
Yeah. God.
What happened?
Hey girl, hey girl, hey girl, let's go have some drinks. Apple martinis, Cosmopolitan. You remember that? You ever heard that? You didn't? You go back later and get it.
But the project was
Jazze Pha and Cee-Lo Green.
Yes.
And the album was called Happy Hour.
Happy Hour.
Happy Hour. It was 60 minutes of us, turn, me and Cee-Lo. Cee-Lo was in rare form on that album as well. He wasn't the Cee-Lo Green that everybody know. He was turned. He was lit.
Did the album go through?
The album never got released. The album was actually on. We were both artists signed to Atlantic Records.
Right.
We talked to Mike Karen, who was over there at head A&R, and we got permission to go over and do. And I had relationships with a lot of different labels because I was doing production with everybody. So over at Capitol, they were very interested in me, and Wendy Goldstein and those guys over there at Capitol Records were like, man, we want to put out a project on y'all. Why don't y'all do a collaboration project? He was like, yeah. So we found a home for it, and we did it over there.
So
it
was created but never released. Not
right, still unreleased. So during the time where we were creating that, Danger Mouse was doing a project as well. Danger Mouse from one half of Gnarls Barkley, which is Gnarls Barkley now. So they were working on a project. So simultaneously, he was working on Crazy. So he came in one day, I think Hank, his bro Hank, came in and played with his record, man. He's got that record, man. It's crazy record, man, like some rock star stuff. You know what I'm saying? Listen to it, man. Tell me what you think about it. Boom. I remember when I lost my mind. I was like, this shit is amazing. This is amazing, like crazy, and success, you can't stop that. That's what it is. That success rice. You know what I'm saying? It just happened. You know what I mean? And it was definitely in the cards for Cee-Lo. I mean, because he paid a lot of dues and he put his voice on a lot of things, and just he never really had got his shine like that. And it was a great moment to see. And I didn't feel no kind of way about it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I loved him. He's my brother, still do. You know what I mean?
Right.
So that's what happened. And even today, I think we were trying to figure out a way to facilitate people with that album, because the album is amazing. I got to play it for you one day.
And it's
crazy. It's crazy.
I think, so as we're talking about this, there's certain things, proper procedure, so to speak, that comes into place. And I want to know, what do you think the biggest challenge is for people in the industry to go through? You go through licensing, you go through clearance for sound clearances. You got writers, producers. You was just on the phone with, hold on, fuck with everybody now.
Right, everybody.
You being in this industry, what's the biggest, or what are the issues when you're dealing with creating projects?
What are the issues?
I know there's plenty. But typically, is it the writers? Is it the clearances? Is it just getting on the same scheduling?
Well, if you the smart thing to do, especially when you're doing a project, you know what I'm saying, is to have a synergy with people. You know what I mean? It's a team. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? You got who's your main guys when you were going in? When you going in, your top three that you gotta have
in life.
No, when you going on that field.
Oh, see, it's tough because now you got 11 guys. You just can't use.
You got 11 guys, I know, but who's your front three? In the front, who's essential to your? If you lose them, it's damn, boy, it's gonna be tough.
Yeah. Well, obviously a number one receiver. I need a receiver. Right. And in my career, I had a tight end. Right. And then
one more.
Running back.
Right. Okay. So I got to have a dope engineer.
Okay.
I got to have a dope writer along with me, because I'm a writer.
Right.
I'm a writer. And I need to have my third person. Let me see. Let's see what my third person, engineer, writer, and just somebody who just really kind of runs the building. Somebody who makes sure that everybody's where they're supposed to be, a regulator.
All right. Regulator.
Yeah, somebody keep the vibe where it's supposed to be. And that's it. That's it.
I could dig that.
You know what I'm saying? Because I'm all of the above. All I really need is somebody to kind of bounce all ideas off of.
So when you're collabing with people,
yeah,
and in regular life, let alone in, ego life where you dealing with this artist is not like that artist. That artist got an entourage. This person stands by himself or she stands by herself. Like, what's the biggest issue when you're dealing with people or creatively? Because like if I'm writing a song or if I have a song to present, I'm a creative, you're a creator. You say, well, I want it to, hey, and he's like, nah, I want it to.
We try both. And then we vote.
How? What's the voting process?
Everybody in the room. And if it doesn't make it right then, and we're under fire, I mean, there's managers, there's artists, and sometimes an artist can be your worst nightmare though, because the artist get glued to that person or that style of writing, but then you hear something new. Sometimes when you hear something new, it takes a special person to hear. Girl, I must warn you that it ain't your mind. After you hearing all the records sound just alike year after year after year. When BBD came, the game changed. You feel me?
Right.
So when somebody hears something that's like, ooh, you know what I'm saying?
Right. Or something that works.
Yeah, no, but I'm saying you don't know it works until it works.
When it does work, something that does work,
yeah.
Now you're having to vote for it.
Yeah, but we in the creative process, so we don't know.
Like I look at a situation like Ciara, right?
Right.
And she's one of the all-time greats in dancing. In this realm of
crazy. She's crazy, amazing.
Like the TikTok.
Oh yeah.
Like all these challenges. Had Ciara had her
my God.
I feel like she was before her time.
Oh.
Cause you started saying like if 1-2 Step first came on the scene in like 2 years ago.
Oh my God.
What does that look like?
Barcelona. Man, it looked like FIFA.
Like that's something to kind of think
FIFA.
about. Like,
those would be my biggest checks too. FIFA. Those they're like the soccer games, and when they play those records in the soccer games and stuff, those be the ones.
What?
Oh yeah, they be crazy. They love 1-2 Step. Oh my God. They love, and yeah, for some reason, over in Asia, they love area codes. I got hoes. I got hoes in different area. That's me.
Code.
That's me. That's my voice.
What?
Yes.
So what the fuck they doing over there in Asia?
Codes. But see, that was the first time they saw Jackie Chan on TV.
Ooh.
On the big note on the silver screen. Feel me?
Wow.
Yeah.
Damn, that, like this whole...
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm like, you got to think, area codes was played on the commercial. Because remember when he turned the radio off, he's like, man, what you listening to? He said, and then they did the little dance. Yeah. That was area codes. It played on the commercial and it played in the movie. Oh boy. Check.
Now take me to this.
That's
right?
different. That's different.
How do you, while you're creating and going through that, right? How do you decide how or what to create? Is it a viral sensation or is it a body?
Okay, we're gonna go to area codes because it was unique. Ludacris, he's Mr. Lick you from your head to your toe at this point.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So he's okay. What's next? You know what I'm saying? So we need a record, man. We need a record. He was on the road at the time. But so Poon comes over. Shout out Poon Daddy. Poon comes over and he shows me his list. So he's showing me all of the cities that they going to and showing me like the slots he got open to work. So cause he know I'm busy too. So he trying to lock me in on a date. Yeah, right. Schedule. So I'm looking. So I'm seeing Milwaukee. I'm seeing all my town where I've been, hanging out. I'm like, I said, woo, I bet you that boy got holes in every one of these area codes. That's exactly what I said. He said, that's what we need. Because, he always had them whole song. He's a hoe. Oh, he's a hoe. Oh, you know what I'm saying? So, okay, we're going to keep it going.
Yeah.
Who let these hoes in my room? Who let these hoes in my room? Remember that?
Yeah.
So we okay, I got hoes. Here we go again. So he was like, yeah, he wanted to do a song with Nate Dogg. Da, 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 da. Boy, we came up with the area codes. Yeah, over. We had wrote the hook, and then Nate Dogg was like, bruh, you know, I usually don't sing other niggas' hooks, but this right here dope. He said, man, but y'all gotta let me get my pen on this thing. And that's when he came with, is it cause I like my gangster talk? Is it cause I like my gangster walk? All that. So that was the creative process behind that record.
Right. So I think for me, any artist, my last question before we transition to a different segment is, what did the Kendrick Lamar and Drake beef teach you?
What did it teach me?
What did you learn?
What did I learn? That's a good question. That's a good question because, I mean, it kind of just really gave me a little bit of what I already knew, kind of. It's like that the world just loves drama. You know what I'm saying? The world loves opposition, and everybody wants to slay the king. You know what I'm saying? I love Kendrick. But Drake's still that man. He's a different animal.
But do you listen
when it come to that? Who do I listen to? What?
Do you listen to Drake the same though?
See, I'm different.
That's what I'm saying. Like what?
Me? When he jamming, but when he crying, it's like, boy. It's like anybody though. If you ain't jamming, man, you know, it don't matter who it is. It could be Kendrick too. Like if you ain't jamming, you just ain't jamming. You know, but when he jamming, it's up. I don't have any kind of prejudice towards any rapper.
Yeah.
Any artist, anybody. Anybody can have it. Anybody can have that thing. But like when you're talking about consistency, like, you know, I don't know if Drake is writing all the records or not, but he's smart. Yeah. He's a smart dude. You know what I'm saying? And he's got it. He's got his thing, you know, and I love Kendrick as well. Like, you know what I'm saying? One of my best friends is King Los. You know what I'm saying? One of the rappingest Negroes on the face of this earth. You know what I'm saying? So I love rappers.
So what do you hope your legacy be in music?
In music, I want people to say that Jazzy brought the good time. He brought the good time. He brought the good feelings. He brought the good vibes. Jazzy brought the good vibes. Jazzy made me happy. And have a story to tell about when I saw him. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That it always made you feel good. And it changed the direction of the party. You know? And not necessarily when I say the party, meaning like a party, like coming to the party of just this whole music thing.
Yeah.
When I came, he brought something different. You know how somebody come in there with a banana pudding? You be like, boy,
Who bought this?
boy, look.
Yeah.
And then somebody get that late and it's just a pan.
It's
That's
scrapes.
it.
It's a banana over there. And
Somebody that took their finger and got the rest of it. Like, it ain't no cookie residue. It ain't nothing.
It ain't nothing.
It
They done
ain't
took the
nothing,
aluminum
no-
foil off that
feel me?
motherfucker.
And Lord, don't let Auntie go back there and say, well, we got another one.
No. It's
Lord Jesus.
in every single
Listen,
cookout. I'm gonna tell you
listen.
something. It's a store. It's a storage of something.
Just like when you said with J. Cole, the music sound different.
It just hit.
That thing just, Ray Goodman and Brown or somebody, ain't no stopping. Hey, boy, you like popping fingers and everything. Boy, it's the food dance.
Here we go. Let's get into our game.
Yeah.
Mr. Ladies and Gentlemen himself.
Ladies and gentlemen.
All right.
All right.
We got a game called Ladies and Gentlemen.
Oh.
AKA Two Truths and a Lie. The rules are simple. I'm going to
Truths and a
give
Lie.
you a set of ladies and gentlemen that you would want to have on a hit song.
Okay.
But one person's mic has to stay off.
Uh-oh.
So I'm going to give you 3 people's names, whether it's 2 ladies and a gentleman or 2 gentlemen and 1 lady.
All right.
And if you're making a hit, somebody got to come off. Or you got to dim somebody mic.
They singing or rapping?
They're singing, rapping and singing. I don't give a damn. You trying to make a hit, it's 3 people, only 2 can stay. Makes sense to you? So if I got John Doe, Jane Doe, and Tommy, I'm going to take John Doe, Jane Doe, Tommy. You go.
Turn that mic off.
Yeah. You ready?
I'm
about to give you a list of names.
Okay. All right.
You ready?
Oh, you give me the list.
Yeah, somebody.
I don't get to pick.
No. You got to get.
See, that's where you make it bad.
No, you got to pick from what I'm about to tell you.
All right.
You ready?
Yeah, boy.
Here we go. First list is Patti LaBelle, Whitney Houston,
Yeah.
and Marvin Gaye.
Oh man, I don't like this.
Got to. 2.
2? Wait a minute. Man, come on.
2 truths and a lie. You got to take 2 and then 1. Patti LaBelle, Whitney Houston, and Marvin Gaye.
We're gonna have to take Patty off.
Okay. Bobby Brown, Keith Sweat, and Mary J. Blige.
Say it again. I heard you, but I just wanted to say it again.
Bobby Brown, Keith Sweat, Mary J. Blige.
Jeez. Turn the mic off?
Yes.
Turn Bobby's mic off.
Turn Bobby.
Bobby, turn it off.
Come here, my boy.
Turn it off. Huh?
Lauryn Hill,
Who?
Alicia Keys, and Usher.
Wait. Lauryn Hill, Alicia Keys, and Usher. Turn Alicia's mic off. Sorry, Swiss. I love y'all, but turn it off.
Damn. Gwen Stefani.
Uh-huh.
Britney Spears.
Uh-huh.
Justin Timberlake.
Brittany, turn it off.
Maxwell. Johnny Gill.
Yeah.
Mariah Carey.
Wait, Maxwell.
Johnny Gill. Mariah Carey.
Sheesh. Maxwell, Johnny Gill. Johnny Gill.
Come on, Johnny. My boy, I love you to death. Come on over here. Say less.
Yeah.
Busta Rhymes.
Yeah.
Eminem.
Uh-huh.
Missy Elliott.
Whoa. Now.
Bro, you
up in here with my friends and
you trying to create a hit, bro.
You my friends, man.
You trying to create a hit.
I plead the fifth on that one.
Say less. You don't get too many fifths. That was the only fifth that you could plead.
That's the only fifth I could plead?
You got 4 more.
Oh, no. Wait a minute. What were the 3? Wait.
Busta Rhymes.
Busta Rhymes.
Eminem. Missy Elliott.
Shit. Eminem.
Say less. Yeah,
it's just his content. He be driving me crazy.
He
can rap, though. I love Eminem.
Here we go. Tevin Campbell. Chris Brown.
Oh, boy.
Ciara.
Boy. Oh. Tevin Campbell.
Chris Brown. Ciara.
Boy. Turn it off, Tevin.
Tevin, come on out of here.
Come on out of there.
Now.
He got to come on out of there.
Now we going into...
I ain't got to go in the studio with him, no way.
This. Beyonce. Rihanna.
No.
John Legend.
John Legend, Turn It Off.
Yeah.
She don't have to know. Your face, your mic is off, and I hate it.
That's good.
Turn it off. Oh. This time we turn it off.
Genuine.
Turn his off. No, I'm just playing. Keep it off. I'm playing G. The G, that's my brother. Come on now.
Genuine.
Yeah.
Neo. Ashanti.
Oh, man.
Bro,
This is dirty.
It's not dirty.
It is dirty. You
Playing
did
the
that
game.
on purpose, man.
Playing a game.
Oh, you're playing dirty games. Say them again.
Genuine. Neo. Ashanti.
I'm about to say Genuine just because Nelly gonna kill me.
Say less.
Yeah, I don't want to fight him.
Here we go. We got another name that just popped back up. He's fighting.
Uh-oh. Wait.
Bobby Brown.
No.
LL Cool J.
Man, you ain't doing this, bro.
Queen Latifah.
I love Queen Latifah, but she can't. She got to go. She just ain't have enough. But even though we living single, ooh, in a nice kind of world, your light have just been curled.
Say less. Last but not least.
Last but not least,
Foxy Brown.
Foxy Brown.
Lil Kim.
This is easy. Let's go.
Snoop Dogg.
Foxy Brown.
Man,
Fast.
why was that easy?
It just is.
Say that.
It just is. It is what it is. What you finna do?
I ain't about to say nothing. This particular part of our...
You done?
Yeah, that...
Oh, that wasn't that bad.
Yeah, you...
I ain't even plead the fifth, did I?
No, you didn't. You
Okay.
didn't have to. It's a game.
I could have played the fifth on that one, though. It's all good.
It's all right. So at this particular point of the show, we want to open up the forum and make this an inclusive interaction.
Inclusive.
So we call this Questions from the Crew, where somebody from the Iconic Saga crew or from your crew can ask a question, you a question or myself a question, and we go from there. So do we have any questions from the crew?
Yes. This question's for Jazzy. Jazzy, what's one song you produced that you didn't think would make it as far as it did? Was it rushed?
Was it what?
Was it rushed?
What's Rush?
Like
Any
rushed.
song.
Oh, was it Rushed?
Yeah.
Oh, I was like, Rush? Did you not all work with them? No, just playing. Now, what record? Probably In the Wind, Trick Daddy. Just the sunshine in, I look grand, let them, because, sometimes you'll cut a record and you don't have a copy of it. For some reason, I didn't have a copy of it. And I was doing so much at the time, and somebody called me on the phone and said, yo, this record is a smash. They just played it in the stadium. I was like, what? Now you can't go nowhere in Miami and not hear this record. It's like one of their records, like, you know what I mean? Like we played.
Boot it up, then switch sides.
Yeah. I'm hardcore. We're gonna shut down low to the floor. Yeah, man. Cee-Lo Green once again.
Damn.
Yep.
That's hard. Any more questions from the crew?
Yo, I have a question. So listening to y'all speak, this is for both of y'all, I think to inspire the people that's listening. I got a slogan that I say, you either a bad pick or you're a bad picker. You have to figure out which one you are. Inside of your lives, when it was time for you to figure out your real growth and understand that everything you've been through that didn't go like you wanted to go, what was that moment that you had to figure out that you was the cause of it not working? If it's not winning the Super Bowl, if it's not getting that deal, if it's not making it to the next level, whatever it is, what moment was it when you said, man, Cam, Jazzy, hey, man, no, it ain't her fault. It's not this fault. It's my fault. I got to go and pick a better team. I got to go pick a better scenario situation. What was that moment that you took accountability?
Damn, that's heavy. That's an unbelievable question, bro.
Thanks.
I mean, I'm living in that right now.
Wow.
I'm living in that right now.
Explain that.
Because now I can't fall back on, a bad decision can't be overshadowed by money. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've made so many bad decisions in my life, but it always was backed by, man, I'm gonna make this with that, like, no matter. Yeah. So now understanding being a bad picker can cost you, but also understanding about the people who you assign and the people that you pick, you gotta do right by them, or that's a part of that, right? So whether you're making a hit or trying to build a business, I've learned and am learning now the importance of being the best version or being the best servant to the people who have real value in watching something grow. And I'm learning that more than ever in this version of myself today. I've lost great people, great talent because of my negligence and really business immaturity. Or just the inability to listen.
Right.
Because people will tell you what they need. People will tell you what they want. But you can ignore that until it's like, it's gone. You said, damn, all this motherfucker wanted was help. All this motherfucker wanted was this.
Right.
Or all she wanted was to feel like she was seen. Damn. So that's an unbelievable question. And my vulnerableness, like I'm living in it right now.
Right.
Where it's important for me to be a good picker. And not just picking them to say like, yo, I'm seeing resumes, I'm seeing this, and I'm seeing different people come onto the fleet. And it's like, yo, instead of bringing them on, it's how do we keep them and how do they want to stay on? And that's what I've learned the most. It's like everybody has this notion of like, I'm a boss, but I'm a boss though. I work for myself. It's like, man, that's the biggest amount of bullshit because a boss in my eyes now is you're the biggest servant. There's so many people that are living vicariously through me and how I am, and I owe a service to them.
Man, there were none of the best restaurants that you go to have a boss that ain't serving. They always coming out, making sure everybody's all right.
Hey, I just want to chime in because you touched my spirit. I want you to take this with you, bro. This for real. It's something I say, I wrote, and he know I said it, but you said servant so many times, and I would be remiss not to tell you this. I say this to myself daily. If serving is beneath you, then leadership is beyond you. So every time you said servant, that's what hit me to tell you that. That's all you got to say to yourself every day. They ask me all the time, would you play sports? We play football now. I was like, I don't play football no more. She's like, what you do? I said, I play tennis. I said, why? Because all I do is serve. So just keep on serving. I heard you and I felt it and I wanted to tell you that. You cannot be a leader without serving. Everything is in the service department. We don't have Batman and Robin. We X-Men. We all got superpowers. Gas, Jazzy, myself, you, everybody in here. We superpower. We X-Men. We come together like a transformer to conquer the goal. We don't work for each other. We work with each other. That's what real teams do. And I can see it. I can feel it on you. And I wanted to tell you that. That's all I want you to do is say every day, God placed me here for a gift. And it's not a giving. So if he put you in the seat, and especially if he keep putting you in the seat, whoever it is for, that means he really understands that you can handle the seat. Because if he couldn't and you wouldn't, he'll change the seat.
Hey, where you find this nigga at, man?
I tried to told you.
Yeah. I received that, bro.
It's the truth.
I appreciate that.
Facts.
Yeah. Especially at this phase. Like
I was a good picker that time.
Yeah, for sure. Any more questions from the crew? We good? As we end things here at Funky Friday, it's a collaborative effort.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna give you the example one time, may need twice, but we're gonna start with this camera, then we're gonna go to that camera, then we're gonna finish with this camera.
All right, bet.
All right? And when I say all together, we're gonna say one love.
Okay.
When I say all together, we're gonna say one love.
Already.
When I say all together, we're gonna say what?
One love.
You dig what I'm saying? It's gonna start like this. One finger to that camera, one pinky to that camera, one thumb to that camera. When I say all together, we're gonna say what?
One love.
Here we go. You ready?
Yep.
One finger. We gotta do it in unison, right? Boom, I gave you the example. Now we gotta do it together.
All right.
Ready? When I say all together, we're gonna say what?
One love.
Say less. You ready? Mm-hmm. One finger.
That's me. Am I first?
No. When I say one finger, you got to do one finger. Then when I go one pinky, you got.
Okay.
And then when I say all together, we're gonna
My
say.
dog. I got you.
You ready?
All right. Yeah.
One finger. One pinky. One thumb. All together.
One love.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, Jazze Pha on the production. Pha. Appreciate you, bro.
Enjoyed it, man.
Thank you.